Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. So, ngayong araw na to ay ang ikaapat natin na video tutorial. So, before we proceed, let's open our Visual Studio Code or our text editor. So, wait for a moment, guys. Okay, before we proceed in our topic about the link, HTML link and image. So, let's discuss first about our topic in our third video. So let's add our HTML elements. So HTML elements is defined by start tag, some content and end tag. So nested HTML elements can be nested. This means that HTML elements can contain other elements. All HTML document consists of nested HTML elements. The following example contains for HTML elements. Example is HTML, body, h1, and paragraph. This is our nested elements. So example explained. The HTML elements is the root element and it is defines the whole HTML documents. It has a start tag HTML and end tag HTML. Then inside the HTML element there is a body element. So HTML element is the root element and it defines the whole HTML documents. So the h1 element defines a heading. It has a start tag h1 and end tag h1. The p element or paragraph, it defines a paragraph. It has a start tag p and end tag p. Never skip the end tag. Some HTML element will display correctly even if you forget the end tag. So example, let's remove the end tag. So save. Then let's open this. So the content will never define that this content is paragraph or h1. So if you put an element in tag, so it will define that this content is h1 or this is a paragraph. So however never rely on this unexpected result, and errors may occur if you forget the end tag. So always remember, guys, don't forget to put an end tag. So empty HTML elements. So this is the example I've given last video about the element with no content are called empty elements. So example of BR. For example, this is a paragraph. Let's put BR element. So let's see what will happen to this. So there is a line break. So that is the use of BR element. Defines a line break and is an empty element without a closing tag. So this is a paragraph with a line break. So that's HTML is not case sensitive. HTML tags are not case sensitive with P means the same as P. So if you are going to write the P element, the big letter P or small letter P, it is not sensitive because it's capital P or small letter P, it is the same. The HTML standard does not require lowercase tag, but W3C recommended lowercase in HTML and demands lowercase is stricter document type like HTML. So kahit na pwede lang maglagay ng capital letter, but the W3C recommended lowercase or small letter. So let us proceed in our topic. How can we add image file? So let's add our image file. For example, let us delete this one. So we have our picture already, math. So we need to display that picture, math.png. So save. We forgot our closing bracket. So let us see. So we are already view our picture. So that's all for our picture. For example, let's try to add and height and width. So example, height is 200 and width width is 200, rather height is 100, 300. Okay, so let us see what will happen to the picture. So the picture size is resize. So let's cut this size. So that's all for the image. So let us add and link. Sorry. So http colon / www.google.com. So click to Google. So let's try to see it. So we have a link. It will proceed in the Google page. So for example, we have our picture. Let's put a link in our picture. So let's put this http www.google.com. So let's try to put an image. Img source, then math dot png. So let's try to open this one. So let us see. So there is a picture. Then if we click this picture, it will go to in Google page. Okay. So how about this one? Let's add more pictures. So this picture number 1, let's add this an ID. So for example, top. So P href top. Back to top. So let's try to this one. So we have a 1 2 3 4 5. So if we are going to click this link, it will go to the top. So let's try it add another one in the third picture. Let's add an ID. Top 3. So P back to top 3. So let's try to see this one. So there is a link back to top 3. So it will go to top 3. So this picture we already put a link in google.com, or you can change it, the top 3 link in w3school.com. w3school.com. So let's try to see this one in the top 3. So top 3, click, it will go to the W3 School page or website. So that's all. HTML image and HTML link. Let's try to discuss HTML attributes. HTML attributes provide additional information about HTML elements. The HTML attributes, all HTML elements can be attributes. Attributes provide additional information about elements. Attributes are always specified in the start tag. Attributes usually comes in name value pairs like name value. So the href tag defines href tag defines a hyperlink, or the href attributes specify the URL of the page link goes to. Example. So this will be the example. Href. So the src attribute. So src attribute. We already use the src attributes. Specify the path to the image to display. So it will go to the source or path of the image where did you save your image. The img tag is used to embed an image in HTML page. So this will be the example. The width and height attributes. The image tag should also contains the width and height attributes which specifies the width and height of the image. So we already add width and height. You can specify the height of the image in pixel. So the alt attributes requires the attribute of image tag specified an alternate text for an image of if the image for some reason cannot be displayed. This can be due to slow connection or error in search attribute, or if the user uses a screen reader. So you can add an alt attribute. For example, alt attribute equals mat. This will be the alt attribute. Alt attribute is for the img tag specifies an alternate text for an image. If the image for some reason cannot be displayed, this can be due to slow connection or an error the search attribute, or if the user uses a screen reader. So kung mahina yung internet connection, then hindi mag-load up yung picture mo, so the alt attribute will display into that picture in the web browser. So the picture number 1 is resize. The style attribute. The style attribute is used to add style to an element such as a color, font size, and more. Color. For example, let's try to add, let's erase this one. So let's add this style attribute. Red. So let us see what will happen. So the text will have a color. That's all for today, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and God bless us all.